Family and friends of St. Philip's, we'd just like to take a moment to speak with you about something that is near and dear to all of our hearts. That's our beloved parish, St. Philip's. There are two things that struck me when I initially came to this parish. First, when I came to be interviewed, it was the edifice. As Jacqueline Charity walked me through this building, I was stunned by the beauty of all of this. And I just looked around and said, wow. I remember my first Sunday as I walked into church and saw the people and felt that warmth and that welcome. I thought, great church, great people. We have not changed over the years. We have evolved. And so we continue to be a strong and lively parish, loving and caring. But when we look around, we realize that our fabric is beginning to fall apart. It is not for the lack of care, but we know, as it is with all buildings, they do need to be upkept on an ongoing basis. And over the years, we have had some water damage. And so there were things that went by the way because we didn't have the funds to do it. And then there were things that went a little awry because it was not just the right time for us to do it, perhaps a season of the year. But now we are making a concerted effort to ensure that this place that we love so much is refurbished, restored to the grandeur that it has always been. I know that you're just as proud of it as all of us are. And the vestry today is determined to ensure that the place that you walk into, hopefully before the end of this year, will be that place that first drew you here. And if you were here in recent times, you'd realize that there are some water damages around the place and some paint peeling and things of that sort, and we're wanting to do that sort of repair. The one thing that we learned from COVID is that the ministry that we do needs to evolve as well in terms of how we reach our parishioners. I think we do a good job in terms of ensuring that those who are in person can hear us because we upgraded our PA system a few years ago. But COVID has taught us that we must do things differently as well. Not only do we do it in person, we need to think in terms of those persons who are not able to be here with us, those who are homebound. So it has expanded our ministry. We can reach them. So rather than visiting them once a month, they can now join us every Sunday or whenever we have worship services. I'm sure that you're well aware that the system that we're using now is what I call a mom and pop's one. It is a cell phone, and we stream from that cell phone, and we have all sorts of other gizmos that we use, but that does not offer us the stability that we need. So we are now needing to put in a streaming system within the church. So when we look at the totality of the things that needs to be done, it's really four in general. First, we need to put in an AV system, an audio video system, and get that streaming system done. And we have been working on that, and hopefully we'll begin physical work on that within the next week or two. We also have to take care of the fabric of the building. We have fixed the gutters on the outside, so we're not having the sort of leaks that we have been having. And so we have a company that is going to come in and do all of the repair work that is outstanding and must be done so that we would restore that beauty that we once had. The third thing that we need to do is, as we do all of this work, we'll have to repaint the place and get it looking as it once did. We know the awesome beauty of this place that attracts everyone who walks through the door. And finally, that fourth thing that I'm talking about is making sure that the ministry that we do reaches way beyond us, reaches way beyond our parishioners. We wanted to make sure that our ministry is a ministry to the world. So we're going to have the place all painted up, repaired, great sound system, ensure that our ministry is alive and well and beyond us. And so as we gather today, we're going to share with you the different aspects of the work that we need to be done. I want to say to you that God has blessed us. And God has blessed us with all of the funds that we need to do this work with. Trust me. We may not have it all in our coffers. Our bank books may not show it. But the reason why that is so is because we have not yet prayed sufficiently and encouraged you sufficiently to see the work that needs to be done so that we can get what is needed from your pocketbooks into our coffers so that we can get this work done. We have always appreciated your kind generosity. We have always appreciated your love. And we know that your passion for this church has not waned over the years. And so today we are coming to you to ask you to assist us in doing the work that needs to be done. That you help us to find the necessary finances that we would need to do that. So that we, as we continue to do God's work in this place, as we continue to welcome people into the house of God, which we call ours, that you would help us, that you would help to facilitate the work that needs to be done. So today, you're going to hear from our senior warden, and she would give you a broad perspective of what needs to be done and how we need to do it. You'll hear from our junior warden, who will be more specific about the physical work that needs to be done. And then you're going to hear from our treasurer. And our treasurer is going to tell us of how we need to meet the needs of the work that must be done. That fourth component is you. And we know that God has blessed you so that you may bless us. So I'm asking that you just take some time to listen to us as we speak with you today. Thank you.
Greetings and welcome to our little session. It's so nice to be able to come before you to share what we have been working on while you've been away. We have 3 major capital improvement projects that we want to bring your attention to at this time. The first of which is a continuation of the work that began in 2019 when we had extensive roof and gutter repairs done on the east and west side of 334 McDonough Street. That phase of work stopped the water from further breaching and deteriorating our walls. In the second phase, our contractor, Egan's Church Restoration, will focus on our 16 clerestory windows. Those are the ones overhead in the center of the nave and on our tower at the top of the church. Over time, the windows and their frames deteriorate. And as of last year, our clerestory windows have become too fragile to risk opening. Without air conditioning, these windows help to create a cross breeze, thus making them essential. The first part of Egan's work in this regard will be frame restoration, which requires a lift and scaffolding. The task list includes scraping, sanding, removing water-damaged areas, applying epoxy, caulking, priming, and painting. The second part of the work on these clerestory windows is a protective glass installation. The tasks include removal and disposal of existing plexiglass, installing new UV protective Lexan glass, and ventilating each window. As for our tower, which has become weather-beaten, window frame restoration involves the following tasks: lifting and scaffolding, removal of the bottom section of each window, scraping, sanding, removal of water-damaged sections, applying epoxy, caulking, priming, and painting. The total cost of this critical capital improvement project is $209,300. As such, we are asking you to help maintain the fabric of our beloved church by pledging to the Capital Fund. Making a gift or giving a donation would be most appreciated, and we do need your help, and we do appreciate your continued support. Thank you.
Greetings, my fellow parishioners and friends of St. Philip's. You've just heard of one of our major capital improvement projects that we have to do at St. Philip's Church. I will tell you of a second one. Our second major capital improvement consists of the interior plaster, painting repairs in the main sanctuary, staircase, and sacristy. Due to time and the extent of damage we endured while our roof was in disrepair, we can look around and see the effects, the after effects. There are sections of wall throughout the nave where water damage is apparent, and staining, peeling, and bubbling of the walls and ceiling. Now that the walls have dried out, we can restore St. Philip's McDonald Street to beauty. Our contractor for this work is Concord Painting, Inc. At the appointed time, we will invite Concord in to accomplish tasks which include scraping all loose and scaling paint and plaster, priming, plastering, and painting. The total cost of this capital improvement project is $28,675. As such, we are asking you to help maintain the fabric of our beloved church by pledging to the Capital Improvement Fund, making a gift, or giving a donation. We thank you very much for your support.
The third major capital improvement project is one that we are excited about, as it will help bring those of us at home closer to those of us here in the building. 2020 launched St. Philip's into a new era as we endeavored to discover ways to have continuity in worship despite quarantine restrictions. In an effort to create consistency in the virtual worship experience, we have engaged CSAV Systems, LLC, to install sanctuary video streaming. This may look like mounted point-to-zoom cameras and video displays, but it is much more. The integration of this capability required electrical upgrades and includes a camera system, mounts, joystick controls, converters, switches, processors, monitors, a dedicated computer, and software. We are optimistic that volunteers will avail themselves to diligently participate in this area of ministry. The total cost of this capital improvement project is $32,492. As such, we are asking you to help maintain the fabric of our beloved St. Philip's by pledging to the Capital Improvement Fund, making a gift, or giving a donation.
So now that you've heard our projects and the work that needs to be done and our appeal to you, we have estimated that we have a goal of raising $300,000 within 5 years. And we think this is a reasonable goal with your help and assistance. So if you're able and willing and can, we ask that you please pledge and continue to give your pledges to the Capital Fund and listen out for our fundraisers. And if you support the different little fundraisers that we're creating and promoting, that would be also greatly appreciated. We all love St. Philip's, and we want to see it continue to thrive and be the great pillar in our community as it's always been. So thank you once again for hearing us, and we look forward to working with you. Thank you.